Some things change, but some things do not. Hammers Chat, Christmas Day with Geo and Charlie. Bevo, how is oneself?
All right, I'm good. I'm all good. It's a bit cold. I should put a jumper on, really, but you have to respect the merch. HammersChatStore.com.
What a
Yeah, I'm
man.
good. How are you? How are you?
17 seconds in, and he's plugged our online store for us. What a man. You can take the man out of Hammers Chat, but you can't take Hammers Chat out of the man. Yeah, I'm good, Charlie. Obviously, it's been a difficult couple of weeks. I'm not going to lie,
Mhm.
but it's sort of come to an end now, so I say enjoy today. It's possibly been the first. It's been a different Christmas for me. I'm not a big
Yeah,
Christmassy person, but there was something a little bit magical about little one coming home last night. So try to enjoy as much as I can. However, it's been lacking because we thought Christmas was cancelled this year, so we haven't bothered with
sure,
presents and stuff
sure.
like that. So it's a little bit like empty. We're missing a lot of the traditional Christmas stuff, I suppose. I feel bad because Mrs. Gio got me a few things and I didn't know, and I've got nothing. Because she said Christmas was cancelled. That was her thing. It was cancelled because obviously our little one was in intensive care. So I took her word for it. Um, I've been
And
blindsided.
you got the little one now. First day of the next 18 years of your life.
So 7 o'clock last night, we got out the hospital car park and away we went. But she got a gift from Santa last night in hospital. Don't know how Santa was already there by 6 p.m.
It's almost, he just works in mysterious ways, doesn't he? It's just the way he moves, you know?
Yeah, I've discovered where Santa visits first in the UK, and that's the neonatal intensive care unit in Stoke-on-Trent Hospital.
You've got to start somewhere. You've got to start
Yeah.
somewhere, you know?
So when I go on Santa Tracker next year, I expect 6 p.m. I expect him to be around Stoke. Otherwise,
Sure.
I'm calling fraud. Anyway, I have a big question for you,
Scary.
Gavin and Stacey.
Ah, yes. What about it?
Are you a yes or a no? Are you?
I, I'll probably end up watching it. I watched it when it was out originally. I haven't watched it since. I haven't watched it since it was originally aired, but I liked it a lot of the time. But
Yeah.
I don't even know what time it's on, or if it's on today,
9
or if it's
p.m.
been.
Anticipation has been building. Mr. G is a huge. I quite like it, right?
Yeah.
But you know when you meet people and then you discover actually you don't like it as much as you thought you did.
Sure.
So
Yes.
I
Yes.
thought I was a fan of Gavin and Stacey, and
Yeah.
she'll happily watch reruns, whereas I can't because I know what happens.
Sure. Yeah.
So anticipation is building. 9 p.m. tonight. Gavin and Stacey is back on. So I'm looking
Well,
forward to it. Hammer
we've
Time's a
got.
no, but Andy's a yes.
I think it's a good show. Again, I haven't watched it since it happened, but I did enjoy it at the time. I mean, I've got Doctor Who to watch today, which is the priority. Wallace and Gromit is back, which is a big thing for Charlie Walsh. That's another thing I've got to watch. That starts, I think, soon actually. So we'll probably watch that after this. And then we've watched half of V for Vendetta today. So that's something else I've got to watch today. So there's priorities going on here. That one not linked to the others, admittedly. But I will watch it at some point. It's just a case of when I get around to it. I don't know yet.
Right, before I forget, we've got 3 presents to give away in today's show. So, Charlie, could you set 3 alarms between now and 7 o'clock? Just 3 random times. Don't tell me what they are. And then when your
Yep.
alarm goes off, can you pick the last person to comment on the live chat when the alarm goes off, please?
Three between now and 7 o'clock, yeah?
Yeah, please. Just 3 random times. And I've got 3 prizes. I can't show you what they are because I've labeled them all up so that Charlie can then pick a certain number, and the person that wins will win that prize in particular. Because one prize is a signed Julian Dix captain's armband. So I don't want it to be the first person definitely gets it. Charlie
Sure.
doesn't know. Can you confirm, Charlie, that you do
I
not
literally
know
have, I have
what the
no
prizes
idea.
are? Never mind what numbers they are. So
Geo told me about 30 seconds before we went live if I had my phone next to me for the timer that we usually do. That's as
which
far as I've got in terms of knowing stuff.
which is a tradition.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've done giveaways on Christmas Day for I don't know how many years we've been doing Hammers Chat Christmas Day. Has it been since we started? I was thinking this,
I was thinking this earlier as well. What did we do the first? I reckon we probably didn't do the first year. Maybe.
but I remember doing them when I was in Scotland, and
We definitely did them when you were in Scotland.
I
That's
moved
100%.
in 2021, so that's Yeah,
It's got to be at least 6 years.
yeah, at least
At
6
least.
years. Anyway, I was wondering the same. I think it's a man bun, but Richard's asking if you had a haircut or is it tied
No,
up?
it's tied up at the moment. I have had it cut since, but it's more just because it's just easy. It's just out of the way. I'll be honest, it's just out of the way. It was tied up at Geo's wedding as well. It's just out of the way. It's very easy to deal with that way.
Andy previously has won a signed Julian Dix print from us on the.
Was that the one that Canning Town Lynn?
Yeah, we've still got some. They were over there. They're not. I don't know where they are at the minute. In my pink folder of stuff, I've got a pink folder of stuff now. And oh, Charlie, you wouldn't have seen this. I assume you never seen the build-up show, right? But I've got a little thing here that you're gonna love. Right, you ready?
This tension. Imagine if I don't like it after it's gone.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Worn by our boy Mark Noble.
There we go.
But not only did he wear it, he scored his first ever England under 21 goal wearing this shirt.
Sick.
Signed by the versus squad. But our boy Mark Noble wore this.
That's a banger. That's an absolute banger, to be fair.
Yeah,
I've never seen you smile. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd see you smile holding up an England shirt specifically.
Neither did I, but here we are. Mark Noble can do funny things to men.
He can do whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants. He's a beautiful man.
Can do. We've got that. But you might also like this one. Match worn. He swapped it with Lee Tomlin, and Lee Tomlin sold it. Right? I'm not even kidding. This is how I've come about to acquire this.
Oh, heck yes. Championship season as well.
Championship.
NPL Football League. Championship season. Captain.
Match worn by our skipper, Kevin Nolan. And he swapped his shirt with Lee Tomlin. And Lee Tomlin flogged it.
Listen, again, you've got to make money somehow, right? That's another banger. That's another banger.
Yeah. I do love showing off, but to be fair, Richard, I won't be keeping these. These aren't for me to keep. We don't know what we're doing with them yet, though. We do a lot of giveaways, so a lot of stuff we give away. What are you searching for? What have you got? Oh no, I know what you're waiting to pull out. He's a way to pull out his Morgan Alma Fontana. That's what you've done with it. You've rammed it in a drawer.
No, I thought it was in this drawer, but I found the Carlton Cole one I have which was the original shirt of that season I had, but that's the only West Ham shirt I ever kept. I don't know where the Bevo shirt is. I'll be honest with you, it's somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Human.
It could be anywhere.
Human. We haven't offered it to Noble yet because of everything that I've had going on in my personal life. I haven't been able to do it, but just for confirmation, we are going to. We know someone that knows Mark Noble, so we're going to ask Mark Noble if he would like to have the shirt, and then he needs to pay us for it, just what we paid for. I'm not going to make money off it, right? We can buy it for what we paid for it, but just in case he wants it back, then he can have it back. Alan is asking if you got anything West Ham related.
I don't think I did. I don't think I got like plenty of. I got cards that are like football related and stuff. Because my birthday's around a similar time, so I got cards that are like football related and stuff, but I didn't get any West Ham specific stuff. What about you?
No, nothing. I never got anything for Christmas. To be fair, I didn't get any presents. Not really.
Did you talk? Have you spoken about the letter that you got from thingy at your wedding?
No, you can tell them if you want.
Geo got a letter from was it Bowen, right?
Yeah,
I got a letter from Jared Bowen that was read out at Geo's wedding ceremony as a surprise. When the person was like, and there's a surprise for Geo's face, he was not prepared.
No.
You're not prepared. You're not prepared. And Mrs. Geo looked very giddy with excitement, being like, yes, I've done a thing. And you're like, oh.
I had to bite my tongue. I was like, an Uber outside.
Let's be honest, wouldn't have been the least ill-advised joke you'd made that day. So, it's fine.
Yeah. To be hey, I thought my speech was good.
Banger. I'm not saying any bad things about it. What I'm saying is I wouldn't have done it. But I'm not as brave a man as you. I'm not as brave a man as you.
Why wouldn't you have done it?
I don't know. It just seems scary to say something like that in front of the family and friends of your other half. You know what I mean? Had you met every single one of those people before?
No.
Exactly. That's why I wouldn't have. I would have been too shook. I would have been too shook.
It
went down a treat. We went down a treat. Absolute banger. But,
it was my speech. I'm doing it my way. Anyone that don't like
disagree.
it can disappear, kind of thing.
I don't disagree.
I just went for it. But no, I'm not going to West Ham. Like I said, Mrs. Geo got me a handful of things. Blindsided me a little bit because I've not got her anything. But yeah, if anyone got anything West Ham in the live chat, you guys watching, keep interacting with us in live chat. If you've got anything West Ham related, please do put into live chat. We often get a nice picture of a couple of people as well. Mark, who's in the live chat, sent us a picture of in his West Ham onesie last year. The year before that, someone had a Declan Rice cushion.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you've got anything West Ham related, let us know. And we're interested. A lot of people have got a Jimmy Walker signed autobiography for Christmas because they were very popular in the store the last week. And I always like it when I'm packaging them up because I'm like, this is someone's Christmas present and they don't know it. And sometimes I can tell who it's for because I'll get to know, say, like Gary, for example, I'll guess, but it might be a Mrs. Smithhurst might buy something. I'm like, is this for Gary? Is this for our subscriber? Is this for him? Kind of thing. And sometimes we'll get asked to write out Christmas cards because it's for a present for subscribers. So can we write Christmas cards? So yeah, let us know in the live chat if you've got anything West Ham, not from Hammer's chat per se, just West Ham related. And thank you to Nikki for the £5 sticker. I can't see what it is, but thank you very much. Maverick said I got a new West Ham mug, or how I like to call it, Not So Lucky Cup.
Nice.
Mark says my daughter got him some slippers, which I wouldn't wear in the sale, and they're supposed to be 11, but they fit my son, who's a size 7. I assume that's from the club, Marky. I assume that's like West. Oh yeah, here it is. Mark says got a fair bit of West Ham gear, which is unusual for himself. Angus. It was just like a little thing, just saying congratulations on getting married, and it was just signed by Jared Bowen. It's in this room somewhere. I don't know where, but it's in here somewhere. It was a nice surprise to get from Mrs. G on the wedding day. No, I'm not at the football. I don't know when I'll next be down, Alan. I couldn't tell you. The thing is, though, we'll talk about West Ham in a little bit, Charlie, but I don't miss it.
Sure. Like, I think it's probably a lot of people might have a similar feeling to how. Do you remember when lockdown was happening, and there was that period at the beginning where everyone was like, "Oh my god, football's gone. What the hell are we going to do?" And then after a while, you're just like, it's not the end of the world kind of thing. You just sort of do something else. It is what it is. So I imagine you're probably feeling something a little bit similar to that, maybe.
Yeah. So I'm not missed it as much. I will get down before the end of the season, but I don't know when. I'm not even thinking about it at the minute. Hammer 99 says got a Secret Santa present of a Martin Noble signed frame picture for his S. Love that.
That's good.
If someone got me that as a Secret Santa present, I'd enjoy it.
Secret Santa.
Yeah. Normally there's a price limit on Secret Santa. What was your price limit? Like 100 quid or something?
It's probably quite expensive actually when you when you mention it.
Barry got the new black training shirt. He thinks it looks amazing. He's going to be wearing it tomorrow for the West Ham game. Alan got a retro Dagenham Motors shirt from his missus. Gaza got a West Ham slippers and a jacket, whereas Marky also got a lanyard, slippers, gazelles, and a pink keeper shorts. Shorts are random.
Sure, the shorts are quite random, unless you have the rest of it. The shorts are incredibly random for the rest.
Yeah, I love it, but it's JP. Wouldn't normally read this out. I kind of have to because you're giving us a £2 super chat. So they got a West Ham coloured butt plug.
Good to see you, GP. Hope you're well.
Hope you're enjoying it. Mark says West Ham mug, a West Ham mug, a bottle opener, Noble hoodie, Bowen bobblehead, some lucky socks, and boxers to go with my onesie. We're not going to be asking for a picture of you in your boxers. Don't worry. You can. Onesie was enough last year. JR got the green goalie top, lovely, but wish they didn't spend £75. See, that's the thing. I always suffer from guilt of like cost.
The shirts are expensive. The shirts are really expensive.
Yeah.
Every season, I think, oh, maybe I get that one, and then I look how much it is, and I'm like, oh, and I wouldn't ask anyone to buy it for me because it's just so much.
Yeah.
Maybe like at the end of the season when they go on sale, potentially, but yeah.
Yeah. Stefan says, got a West Ham hat, so I can be a fan in public, but also hide my face. Tom got, from his eldest son, got a 1998-99 Inter Milan shirt.
Yes. Hell yeah. That's a banger.
I can just imagine what it looks like with the, what's the tire manufacturer called? What's it?
Is it Pirelli or whatever they're called?
Yeah. You can just imagine it's, who would have played for them back at the end of the 90s? Like Adriano?
It's probably a bit, Adriano's probably a little bit early because he was what, like 2006. So you're thinking, what is R9? Was R9 around in that 98, 99 kind of year?
No.
It's a banger though. Tordo? I'm not sure. There were some banging players back then. Though. That was a great show.
Yeah. Speedian, thank you for joining us. Gary got 1979 retro Admiral track top. Love that. I think that's the one that I've got in my wardrobe, but it doesn't fit anymore because I'm a fat bugger these days. So it's nice. It's there for if I ever lose weight. Saying that, I've lost a bit of weight the last 2 weeks because I haven't been eating. So the one good thing came out of it, Charlie. Thank you to Jack, mate. Saying Merry Christmas, you sod. Marky said he always wears pink and wanted them for Dubai in September. It'd been so fair enough. That's what you want. Good. Yeah. Alan once worked with a really untidy woman at work. Oh no, and bought her a cleaning for dummies book as a joke. She had me and got me a hand signed Mark Noble print.
I don't know if you can hear that. It's the first alarm.
Yeah, but who's the?
I can't click on it because of the thing, but it is Marky Boy.
Okay, this one here.
That's the one. Yep.
Well, Marky, thank you very much for getting involved. So Charlie's going to pick a number between 1, 2, or 3, and you're going to win that prize.
Give me a number 2.
Number 2, Marky, you have won this prize here, which is a signed copy of Tony Gale's autobiography, signed by the man himself when I went for a cup of tea at his house with him and his wife. So there you go, Marky. So if you could email us, hamishchat@gmail.com, we will get this posted out for you. Congratulations, well done. But don't worry, we've got 2 more prizes up for grabs, and one of them being a signed Joe and Dick's captain's armband, which is a nice present, I think. I think that's a nice present. And then there's another present as well. Right then, Charlie, what are you saying about West Ham at the minute?
As little as possible, ideally. Next question, Your Honor. It's just crap, isn't it? I don't know. Like, I feel like there's so many components that should be working and just none of them are. And it's just a complete and utter jumble of things that are, it's the exact opposite of more than the sum of their parts. It's incredible to watch, really. If you put it on that, you put it on those terms, it's actually kind of unbelievable.
Yeah. It's just a bit.
You've got some genuinely outstanding players, like brilliant Bowen, Kudus, like Paquetá on his day, which seems rare and rare these days, but like these are genuinely unreal players. And so just to have a manager who I'm not keen on, but who has won trophies previously at clubs similar sort of level, size, like West Ham, like taking them, getting them into Europe, winning consistently, doing all that stuff. And it's just like a whole cavalcade of just nonsense. It's really impressively dysfunctional when you put it that way.
Do you fancy a win tomorrow? See, even that hesitation is the problem for me, not for you. We're away to Southampton. They're literally 6 points all season, and the vibe is not really confident that we'll.
You'd have to say yes because of who it is. But no, like I don't know what's gonna happen to a new manager and stuff like that as well, right? But like I just can't go into it feeling confident. If you said to me, what do I think it will be, my head takes over and I go, I think we will win. I think it will be like 2-1. But am I sitting here confident or like even excited to watch it? No, neither of those things whatsoever. And I feel like that's probably going to be the way for the rest of the season as well, sadly.
Hammer 99's asking who your number 1 choice for a new manager would be.
If you keep it into people who are probably realistic, it would probably be Graham Potter. If you're keeping it on people who are actually realistic options, in terms of, and I don't mean realistic in terms of like, let's go and get Pep Guardiola. I mean in terms of like, you take into consideration our owners, the history of who they've gone for, like free agency, all of that stuff. Yeah, probably. And I think he would do a better job, but I'm starting to think it's more. I'm starting to believe now it is just going to be like this to the end of the season. And Lopetegui will stay to the end of the season, and then it will be a case of like we figure it out then, kind of thing.
Yeah. Jack, thank you very much. Jack, thank you very much for £20 super chat. It says thank you for all the content this year. Thank you very much, Jack. Very kind of you. And Number 99 is asking who's doing better out of Fantasy League between us.
I don't play. But Geo is in the fantasy league that I cover for work, and he's doing very well in it. He's doing decent in it.
Where am I? I don't know. I don't know where I am at the minute. I missed it this week. I've missed 2 weeks now at the season, but I'm doing all right. Made a couple of mistakes.
Try and pull it up to see where you are on ours. But yeah, Geo's. I don't play because I forget.
I'm second. And you can say where you work, by the way. I don't mind. Say where you work on.
Analytics United. Find us on YouTube. Analytics United. But Geo is smashing it. And like, I don't play because what happens every year if I do play is I do it at the beginning of the season and then completely forget for the rest of the season, and it's just a waste of everyone's time. So I don't bother doing it, but I do keep an eye on. I sort of vicariously live through Geo's results on that. Not out loud. When we cover it on the show, I tend to just dismiss you wholeheartedly. But vicariously in other ways, I'm like, yeah, Geo. It's got to be Geo.
Yeah, I think I made a couple of mistakes. I took out Cabeba, who took out at one point. I made a transfer, and the guy I brought in did nothing, and the guy I transferred out did really well that weekend. So I've made a couple of errors, and then the weekend passed. I had to pick between getting in Isaac or Amad Diallo, and I went for Diallo, and then obviously Isaac went and did what he did against Ipswich. So I'm like, but I'm doing all right. I'm second in the Analytics United's league. I am in the Hammers Chat Addicts Patreon League, which is what I want to win because I'm tight. It means we don't have to buy a prize for someone. I'm top. I'm winning in that league. There's a couple of other leagues I'm second and third in and stuff like that. So I'm doing okay. In the world, I'm 187,000, which, and there's like 10 million players. I'm okay with that one.
It's respectable. It's very respectable.
I'm okay. I just struggle with the FPL game because there's just like assistant managers thing, and I don't even know what it is. I don't.
Well, Gio, on Analytics United's FPL show this week, we did a breakdown. But yeah, no, it's
I'll have to tune into that one because I generally don't know what it is.
I only know vicariously through Darcy, who do the show, who's actually smart.
Stop
as opposed to me.
Changing things.
This is my problem, is when I would do it, I would actually, and even though I wouldn't change anything, I would do relatively well because the ball knowledge is to an extent where you can sort of kind of pick out who would do okay over the course of the season, right? So I'm not coming last, but ultimately, what am I doing here? If I'm not making changes and actively trying to get points, then why am I even in this conversation? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just always, I just like...
John, the FPL videos will come back. It's just been... I think it's a little bit understandable, but in the last few weeks, my life's just been completely out the window. We were in hospital for 18 days, so everything's just taken a backseat, but we're home now. So once Christmas and New Year's over and done with, we'll get back into a bit more of a routine with content and normality, if you like. Alan saying, someone is good when they say they don't know how to get out. Honestly, I haven't really checked this last week or so. I think this is the 1 week you can let me off, right? you can let me off for the past week for things like that. Woody's saying, with your football knowledge and tactical knowledge, I've done coaching. Not so much. I did when I was younger, but I didn't really enjoy it. Don't know. I just enjoy watching football.
It's different, right? It's kind of the equivalent to making videos about football. Sometimes you feel like you want to talk about something, and then you're like, oh, I could make videos on it, I could do this, or I could write about it, or whatever. And the second you start doing that, your relationship to it changes slightly. And I think it's the same thing if you go into coaching, even if you're super knowledgeable, like Geo might be, I don't know. Then the second you start doing stuff like that, it becomes just you just interact with it in a different way that you might not enjoy. I know people who are super smart and super clued on, and they purposefully keep football as like something they just sort of like zone out and just enjoy for what it is and get taken away in the moment. And the rest of the time you could speak to them and they'd be the most like eloquent scientific human beings you've ever met in your life. And it comes to football and they're like, no, he's crap, don't like him, get this. Do you know what I mean? Because it changes your relationship with it a bit.
Yeah. Anyway, people are asking if you miss us.
I do. It's weird not doing the watch-alongs, I can't lie. I watch them. Again, another thing I live vicariously through. I watch Nick and Northie and stuff, and then I'll lurk most of the time without saying anything.
You always message me saying the crap.
No, I don't. That's the thing.
He doesn't. I'm just trying.
I could pull up the messages to prove it.
He doesn't.
I watch them, and I sort of like. That's the thing I miss doing that, especially at the moment where it's crap. That was the one good thing about when we were crap under Moyes or whatever, and we were doing the watch-alongs, is I could at least rely on like having a good time doing those, even though what I was watching was absolute nonsense. We can have fun. Now I'm just watching the nonsense, which is
Tom said he joined Patreon and you left.
Yeah, sorry about that, Tom. My bad. So at least you get all the other wonderful things on patreon.com/HammersChat. All of the wonderful other pieces of content.
He's not been paid for all these plugs. I just have to
take him as your Christmas presents, Gio. Take him as your Christmas presents.
Paul's asking where you've been.
I have a job. I work for Analytics United, which is another football thing. We do other stuff. We cover West Ham on our YouTube channel if you want to check it out. Among other things, we consider it like an additive thing. Do you know what I mean? You watch your review on Hammers Chat, you get all that good stuff, and then a couple of days later there'll be an overly long podcast breaking it down.
Smarter people discussing more in depth.
Well, debate that's highly debatable.
I'm saying that, not you.
Okay.
Smarter people breaking down West Ham things in a calmer manner. There you go. That's what.
Well, that's the only. It's several days later. I tell you what, if you're in those group chats while it's happening, there's not much calmness going on. I can tell you that much for a fact.
Hammer99 is asking what the favorite day of this period is.
Probably Christmas Day itself, I guess.
It's Boxing Day for me. It's changed a little bit. I'll be honest with you. Before Hammers Chat, I used to love West Ham playing on Boxing Day, and I could never get to it because I lived in Aberdeen. It was impossible to get down for Boxing Day. And now I do Hammers Chat. I hate West Ham playing on Boxing Day. I absolutely hate it because my ideal day tomorrow, and I'm going to do this as much as I can, but there's a bit in the middle here. So there's a game at 12:30, then there's a game West Ham play at 3, then there's a game at 5:30, then there's a game at 8 p.m. or 7 p.m., whatever. But there's 4 games tomorrow you can watch back to back. If West Ham wasn't playing, I kid you not, I'd park my arse on that sofa at 12:15, and I would not move until the last game finished. And I would love that. Flicking over for a couple of horse races in between as well. Magnificent quality street for breakfast, celebrations for lunch, and miniature heroes from a tea. Perfect. I'm living the life here. But because we're playing tomorrow, it means I've got work to do. So it's like I'll watch a bit of the early game, come and do the build-up show, watch West Ham, do the review, then I'll get back to it. So it's going to take a bit out of it. So because of Hammers Chat, I don't like West Ham playing on Boxing Day anymore. But Boxing Day was it still is my favourite day, probably, of the period. And then we've got darts on at the moment as well. I like darts. So I'm rooting for Ricky Evans. That's who I'm rooting for this year.
So who's the guy I kept, because I don't know much about darts, right? But who's the guy who I kept seeing the video of that everyone was talking about the oral when he was like, what was the song that was playing? He was stood on. It was one of the players. He was stood on the stage. He was singing whatever the song was, and everyone was singing along, and he was just encouraging it. And Sky Sports tweeted it out, or maybe it was a TikTok, and it said the word oral. Who was it? What was the song? I can't remember. Maybe someone in the chat knows what the hell I'm going on about. I saw that because of darts.
But I like the darts. The Evans match last night, I think. Was it last night? I think it was last night. I watched it. It was fantastic, honestly. So
alarm if you can hear it.
Who did you have as your last one?
It was Hammer99 who said Stephen Bunting. Might be the person, I don't know.
It is a person, but that's who I thought it was as well. So, Charlie, could you pick a number of 1 or 3, please?
Hammer 99 is going to get the number 1.
Hammer 99, you owe Charlie, because number 1, as you can see, is attached to the captain's armband. You have
Big.
won this, my friend. Premier League captain's armband, signed by Julian Dix. Congratulations. That is your Christmas present from Hammer's Chat, courtesy of Charlie. So the next person will win, not this one, this is my one, you will win this one in the bag. You will win the Hammer's Chat Oddballs hat. I absolutely love this, Charlie. I love this.
It's a banger. That's sick. That's sick.
I absolutely love this hat. I just wish I suited hats.
I equally am not a hat person.
I'd like to wear it, but
my head's too big.
I look like a bigger munter in hats than I do not wearing hats. So
my head's just too big. They just look weird on my head, so I can't back it, even though I would like to.
Yeah. So the next person, when the alarm goes off the next time, the next person will win a Hammer's Chat Oddballs hat. But Hammer 99, congratulations! You have won the signed Julian Dix armband, which I've put down somewhere over there. Armband, well done. I've lost already. I've got a few. I've got a few of those ones. I've got a little delivery. I've got some Art Noble ones as well.
Yeah, but, giveaways on Patreon.
Not sure what we're doing with them yet, but I want one of those with Noble in it. So my Discontinued one's there, and I'm keeping that. So I want one.
That's a good idea. Yeah,
I want a Martin Noble version of it. So yeah, I'll put the hat on. I don't mind. I just look like a twat, but I'm aware I look like a twat. And the worst thing is, right? I know I look like a twat, right? And so I put it on in the build-up show not long ago, and someone said, "No offense, Gio, but you don't suit hats." I'm aware I don't. I don't need some. There we go. Is that central? There you go.
Yeah.
So the last thing you need is someone to tell you don't suit hats when you know you don't. Richard Osman, I remember listening to a podcast with Richard Osman, and the question was, what's the worst thing about being tall? He says, people tell you you're tall. He's like, I know I'm really tall. He's like, I'm aware I'm 6'7". I don't need someone to tell me I'm 6'7". I know I'm 6'7". So that was his thing. He said, why do people tell me I'm tall? I know I'm tall. So anyway,
if you want to prove that you look better in a hat, you can on hammerchatstore.com.
Hey, he's at it again. Anyway, did you have your in-laws round, didn't you?
Yes.
Did you cook?
No. Well, no.
Mrs. Charlie.
Her mum.
So wait, hang on a minute. You invited your in-laws round and made them cook?
I wouldn't look, Gio. Here's the thing. I'm not the best cook. So even though I am the cook of the house, I'm not the best cook. So if that was to have happened, let's be real, it would have gone very poorly. I think it worked out for everyone involved. So
did you invite them, or did they sort of like invite themselves and say, "Oh, we'll come to yours and we'll do the cooking," or did you say, "Do you want to come round? By the way, you can cook"?
I was told it was happening.
Okay, I'm intrigued how this conversation takes place, though.
It's very much that. It's very much that. At some point a conversation happens, and my past goes, "Oh yeah, they're coming around for Christmas." I'm like, "Cool," and then you go from there
in your kitchen.
It's not the first time it's happened. Her brother came over and cooked a roast once, and then he got to understand how annoying my oven is as well.
Yeah, you do have a bad relationship with that kitchen appliance.
The oven is the worst thing in the world. I hate it so much. Currently, one of the hobs is broken and the grill is broken. But we've had two of the other hobs have been broken before. Sometimes the oven just turns off, like it just stops, and we have no idea why. And we've had the mechanics out twice, and both times they've done it and gone, "Cool, it's fixed," and then something else breaks on it. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, trust me, Leo, I'm not. My in-laws are coming nowhere near this house on Christmas Day. Nowhere near. Even if they offered to cook, I'd still say no.
You're a better cook than I am, though.
I enjoy cooking. I cooked the Christmas lunch day. I enjoy it, though. I find it quite stressfully but therapeutic at the same time.
this is the thing, is I like the idea of it, and there are times when I'm doing it where I enjoy it, but I imagine cooking like a Christmas meal would be more stress for me than it would be pleasure.
There's a lot of moving parts and a lot of spinning plates. Like up today, I couldn't be arsed doing the turnips. I just didn't do it.
Sure.
And the same with the red cabbage, but I was like, but that's the type of thing. And usually I could make in advance of Christmas Day, but this year I've not been able to do that. So I'm like, I'm not that bothered for it. So I've left some. I bought the items, but I didn't cook them. To be fair, there's no room. All 4 hobs were going. I didn't have an additional hob anyway. But yeah, there was a few things I just left out today. Couldn't be arsed.
Yeah. I'm not good at the spinning of the plates with too many things. And Christmas dinner is like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like a lot of bits.
Yorkies on Christmas dinner, yeah or nay?
I would say usually, today we didn't have it, but I'm a strong yes in that category.
Why ever not?
As previously stated, the oven only has so many things that works on it. So you can only do so many bits.
I'm a big yes for a Yorkie. I don't see why you wouldn't do. A Yorkie is quite pivotal on a roast, and that's what Christmas dinner is. It's just a big roast.
I would go as far as to say it's maybe the best part of a roast. Outside of maybe the potatoes, I would say it's my second favorite thing in a roast dinner.
I something bad happened earlier. We were eating. She said, "I'm even enjoying these today." And I looked and I was like, "What's she referring to?" They're referring to the pigs and blankets. I was like, "What?" And she's like, "I've gone off them a little while ago." I was like, we don't have them at any other time except Christmas. Like, what do you mean a little while ago? You mean last year, 12 months ago?
I don't get how you could go off them.
She insisted that we purchased them not long ago, but we didn't eat them. But I don't recall that. But yeah, she's not to be. She wasn't too fussed about pigs and blankets, but today she enjoyed them. I don't know. I was more annoyed that she's back on them because I could have had more.
Could have had extra. Yeah, fair.
I was eyeing them up as soon as you said that. I was like, well, if you don't want them, I'll have them. Thank you very much.
Yeah, respect it.
But I can't eat much. Honestly, I can't. My dinner today, it was like delicious, and I couldn't eat it all because not because of everything in the last couple of weeks. It's just a bit like sad. Had to leave certain foods that like couldn't consume the entire plate.
Oh no, my plate was empty as well.
Yeah,
you know me. I'll eat anything and everything in front of me.
So would I. Richard said he's never heard a Yorkie announced as pivotal before. I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it is. John's a big yes. Alan and Tom said the argument is that Yorkies go with beef.
Go with anything.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to front as if we haven't just bought them before and cooked them and ate them by themselves as like a snack. You know what I mean? Just like, oh, they're just there.
Going back to pigs and blankets, did you see West Ham did one of their social media videos where they asked the players their favourite food at Christmas, and Andy Irving said sausages and blankets.
I mean, I respect the choice, if not the wording. Respect the
sausages and blankets. That's what he called them, sausages and blankets.
He's half right.
Yeah, but
I mean, technically, he's
it's sausages and bacon, right? Or pigs and blankets. It's not half and half. You wouldn't say sausages and you wouldn't say pigs and bacon, would you?
Yeah, no, you wouldn't say warm water and tea leaves. You'd say a cup of tea. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
the constituent parts might be.
In fairness, if my water did not have ice, I would maybe say an empty glass of water. Bit of an old YouTube joke.
That is such a specific reference.
I'm hoping Jack's still watching.
If Jack is still here, Jack will get exactly what's going on. Everyone else, whoosh.
Yeah, I'm hoping Jack still. That was a bit of a joke just for Jack because he paid 20 quid super chat. You know, I've sold my soul. But yeah, that was
while I'm on the plug-in trade. Why not? Happy Hour available on Spotify and all good podcast platforms. Check it out.
Yeah, here he is, Charlie, Mr. Plug, isn't he?
Why not? I'll plug anything.
Anyway, right then. Nicky's saying with Yorkies. Oh, here he goes. I'm quite happy with sauce mash and gravy with Yorkies. Oh yeah. Marky says his missus does Yorkies on every roast. My kids have mint sauce with every roast too. Yeah, you gotta have Yorkies with every roast. I'm a big yes for that one as well. Jay says Yorkshire with a Christmas dinner isn't for him. It has to be with beef. Oh no.
What meat do you have?
on Christmas Day. I have
Mm.
yeah, there you go. Someone gets it. Wasn't expecting an Alfie Days joke. Today I have turkey.
Okay, fair.
I'll be having turkey for the next like 2-3 days, because when you go to buy your turkey, it's like, say, 20 quid for like the cheapest one, right?
Yeah.
But for an extra like pound, you get an extra like 3 servings or something. So when I
Mm.
went in, the medium one serves like 10. It was like 25 quid. But the large one, which is served like 15, was like £2 more. I'm having the bigger one. I'm having an extra 2 or 3 meals out of this. So tomorrow I'll do a turkey like casserole in the slow cooker. And then on the 27th, I'll do like a turkey curry.
Mm.
So
Respect it.
I'm getting 3 meals at my bird. I am.
That's one of the best. That's one of the best things about Christmas meal in general. Just that you're having so much of it that you can have like bits later on or the next day or whatever. That's an excellent idea, because like Sunday roast, you don't tend to have that. Christmas meals, you do.
Yeah, yeah. Alan saying, regardless of the occasion, whether it's baby bells, Christmas profiteroles, hammer chat always have become. It's Christmas Day. What else is there to talk about except food? Speaking of profiteroles, they're in my fridge at the minute. That's what my dessert is, but we're saving it for Gavin and Stacey.
Respect it. Respectable.
Yes.
I've got chocolate pancakes. So
Ooh.
I'm living a good life.
Like, are you making your own pancakes?
Yeah.
Oh yes, Bevo, love that.
See, that I can do. That I can do. Not very well, but I can do that. The essentials.
Once the in-laws have left, then the skills come out in the kitchen.
Don't know what you're talking about, Gio.
Let her do all the donkey work for the meal, and then when she leaves, Charlie will.
Don't know what you're talking about, mate. Don't know what you're talking about. Could never be me. Could never be me. Anyway, yeah, pancakes soon, so that'd be fine. That'd be vibes.
Yeah. Westwood saying, Chris Boxing Day meal, he's doing turkey curry. I have casserole, but curry the next day.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna have it's chicken. I'm not sure.
So since your in-laws cook, do they take the leftovers away?
The vast majority of it. Yeah.
So you've got no leftovers.
Have you got little bits?
Oh, that's cheap. I'm not having
like
that.
It's like this chicken, for example, stuff like that. But there's not like a lot going on, which I'm okay with, because like the hard work, hard graft. I'm not going to complain in this situation. Let's be real about it. I'm not going to complain in this. Joint.
What? So you went halves on, and they take all?
No, it wasn't. But it wasn't halves. It was a lot less than that. We bought like some of it, and they bought like most of it. Like, for example, we had chickens. Them.
Apologies for the
interrogation.
Yeah, I'm just interested as to how
follow on to the Christmas video, Charlie. Yeah, sure, cool. It's going to be a 60-minute grill session about
we do this
dinner arrangements.
We do it every year. It's Christmas Day. It's tradition.
That's what we're here for.
This video is now like the most traditional thing I've ever done on Christmas Day for a prolonged period of time.
That's probably true. That's probably true. I guess it would be for me as well, technically, because we moved in 2020, so technically.
Put it this way. When Charlie told me he was leaving to Analytics United, one of the things he told me was, "Don't worry, I'll be back on Christmas Day." Yeah. That was like the thing.
That was one of the first conversations. Like, honestly, it was like we had the conversation about it, and we were like, "Yeah," and then it sort of died down. We're like, "Yeah, so Christmas, no, Christmas."
He was like, "Don't worry, no matter what happens, I'll be there on Christmas Day." And he's a man of his word. Here he is, and here we are. Leo said he loves Christmas holiday. Everyone since COVID, he's been watching this show. Everyone since the COVID one. Stephen's living off Quality Street the rest of the week. What's your tub of chocolate choice?
Again, I will eat anything, but it would probably Quality Street. I think is the best.
Yeah,
I think it goes Quality Street.
The roses are bottom.
That's probably what I would say as well. And then you've got various things in the middle.
Celebrations and Miniature Heroes, you've got to fight between second place, but
I would probably put Celebration second, and then Miniature Heroes, then Roses, and probably be the order of operations.
I would agree, but I get my annual After Eights out on Christmas.
Yes. They're the matchmaker. They're called matchmakers, right?
Matchmakers, the sticks.
I never buy them, but I just know they're there and I eat them. After Eights, Terry's Chocolate Orange is always an important one around this time of year as well for me. I used to get one of those every single year for Christmas, and I just go out and buy them now because you have to happen.
Yeah, I think I get all those chocolates out as well, and eat them. Ferrero Rochers is the big one.
Oh yeah, we've got a ton of those at the moment. Yeah,
Where
we've
we
got
get.
loads of those.
I keep buying every time it goes because they're always on offer at Tesco before Christmas. So it's like £9 down to £6 allegedly.
Mm.
And Muggins here is always like, "Oh, get a box," and I'm like, "I bought a box. Have we eaten those? Are they still there?" I'm like, "We must have eaten them. I'm not seeing them. I'll tell you why I'm not seeing them because they're away for Christmas. So I'll get another box." So we've got about 4 boxes of Ferrero Rochers at the minute. So I had them for breakfast.
There's a small Tesco relatively near that I walk past, and sometimes, like if I'm going back home from whatever, I'll just pop in and grab small bits I need to on the way. Right, it's not the main supermarket I go to, but it's there, and they got the Christmas chocolates in. I think like 2 weeks ago, and so you're just walking down the aisles, and then wherever there's space, just Ferrero Rocher shoved in with club card price attached to them, and you're like, be rude not to.
Important question, then a complaint, right?
Okay.
What would you like first?
Give me Adidas choice. Adidas choice.
What does that mean?
You can cheat.
I'll go for the important question then.
Okay.
Advent calendar. What did you have?
I didn't do one this year because we got ill around December, and so I just didn't end up going and getting any. So it just didn't happen for us this year. Usually first of all, it has to be a chocolate one. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against the ones that aren't chocolate. Like, it can be a vibe sometimes, but ultimately, if I'm not getting like a tiny piece of pointless chocolate, then I don't know if I'm that interested, right?
Yeah.
But I would get whatever would be like the chocolate I'm vibing most at that time. I did have a Lindt one once, and it was maybe the best thing I've ever had in my life. But this year we didn't do any. What about you?
Tony chocolate only.
Oh, okay. Okie dokie. Going big.
Yeah.
Going big. How was it?
Well, I've not consumed it because we've been living in the hospital, so I've not.
Did take it with you. That would have been prime. That would be the first thing I'm putting in the bag.
We turned up at the hospital not expecting to stay.
Yeah, but then you
I
go
wore
home,
the same. I wore the same clothes for a week, Charlie. A week.
No.
My socks were practically stuck to my feet.
You've got a phone. Just ring someone up. Listen, you know where I'm at. Can you do me a favor? There's a advent calendar at bank. You know.
Did in the end. End up going home on the Friday and changing and stuff like that, and then packing bags. But advent calendars remained at home. Tony's chocolate only. Oh, absolutely delicious. Just the 4 or 5 days that we did get it, there was only 2 flavors, which I found disappointing. So if you're watching Tony chocolate only, you have some adventurous flavors out there, right? You have big bars, and I'm too scared to try them. And I'll tell you why, because they're like $3.50, right? They're expensive. I have to wait for club card prices. And then when they are on club card price, I ain't getting a fan. I'm getting the sea salt caramel. I'm sticking with my tried and tested, and that's got to last me until the next club card offer that you do. But there's some other flavors out there. Look, I think that I bet that's nice, but I ain't trying it because it's a bit, So when advent calendar come out, I was hoping every day I'd get a little different, and I would get to test these flavors, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was just plain chocolate or sea salt caramel. Just that's it. 2 flavors in the whole calendar. So there was an opportunity there for Tony chocolate only fans to widen their flavors. But
given the fact that the idea would be like once a day, obviously for you had it a bit more concentrated on 5 days, right? But given the fact that ideally you would have 25 one each day, like a little bit, would you prefer to have little bits of things that you try? You might not like some, but you have a little bit of trying.
Yeah,
or would you
100%.
prefer that for 25 days you get something you like, a little treat with something you like?
Definitely the ones that you try, because you might discover something.
Okay.
So I mean, you might discover you like this flavor that you didn't know existed. I think it'd be good. I'm up for a bit of adventure. Only small bits of adventure.
Just an acceptable modicum of adventure.
Yeah. So
okay, fair enough.
I think there was a wasted opportunity there by Tony chocolate only.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where, like, I think you could accept either answer.
Yeah, but
if someone complains that they weren't getting the ones they would like, then I would understand that as well.
The thing is, if it was minging, right? I put it. It's fine. Tomorrow's a new day, new chocolate. That one ain't appearing again. I know that. It's done now. I've had the, I don't know, licorice flavor chocolate or something. I don't know. I'm thinking of something that would be minging. That would be minging.
That would
done.
be bad.
We move on to the next one. Tomorrow, new day, new window. Oh,
Alarm.
who you got?
For me, it was Lee Pepper.
Me too. Lee Pepper, congratulations. You have won the Hammers Chat Oddballs hat. Please email us, hammerschat@gmail.com, and we will get this posted out to you in the new year. Please be patient. I'm not getting it out anytime before that. Jay saying baby Guinnesses.
So I see, this is where Geo talks about. He talks about being a little bit adventurous. I was there the first time Geo tried baby Guinness, and he was so vehemently against it. He was like, "No, what's this?" And they were like, "No, trust me." And he's like, "No. Now it's his entire existence."
Because I thought there was Guinness. I thought it was Guinness, and I know I don't like Guinness.
I'm just saying, you said you liked a little bit of adventure, and that's even baby size adventure. You were not on it.
Yeah, and look what happened. The toast at my wedding was a baby Guinness.
Very true. Very true.
That was an expensive round.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I was like, the waiter when it came up and was like, "Oh yeah," I was like, "Take my bank card." I was like, "You could just pay it later. I'm just go pay for it now. I'll give you my PIN. What are you going to do with it? Like, you're going to return my bank card to me. I'll give you my PIN card. Go away, pay it. Come on, go pay it."
How many people were in that round?
Well, there was 55, but not everybody was drinking. So I think there was about 35 shots I had to buy.
Okay, I was going to say, because I didn't have one. So obviously that would have been one less at least.
Well, you missed out.
Yeah, I don't like baby adventures. Small adventures like that scare me. Stick to the true. And this is about food, then anything will go in my mouth.
Anyway, I've got my complaint to have now.
Drop it.
One of the best things about Christmas over the years, something I look forward to, and it's like one of the first things of Christmas. So it's like November time. Festive Friends, Discontinued.
It's Festive Friends.
The little Cadbury biscuits.
Oh,
but the ratio of biscuit to chocolate is just perfection. Just that tiny little biscuit in the shape of a snowman. Anyway, I was looking for them for ages. I couldn't find them. I was going down the biscuit aisle and the Christmas aisle when Halloween disappeared. I thought, at last, Festive Friends are now going to take up they're going to be in. Went down there and I found where they should be, and there was biscuity stuff and there was Cadbury stuff. Anyway, I couldn't find them. And Mrs. Geo genuinely messaged them on like Facebook, be like, and they replied, "Discontinued, gone forever."
Yeah.
Livid.
Stress.
As someone that doesn't like Christmas and finds one little thing they like about Christmas, and it gets took it away from me.
Snatched from your very hands. You hate to see it. I can't remember. We had something like that. I can't remember. And my better half ended up messaging them. I don't know if it was on Facebook or emailing them or whatever it was. And then being like, "Yeah, it's gone." I can't remember what it was now. It was like a couple of weeks ago. But similar thing. And then I just go, "No, it's gone." Which seems insane. Oh, it was a pasta. There's this specific pasta that I've got. But like, it was always there. So I don't get what prompted them to get rid of it. But I don't know. Business.
Fuming.
I don't understand business.
Fuming. They sent over a link of an alternative to the festival. I said, "Hey, I don't want that. It's nothing like it.
It's not Festive Friends."
Yeah, I was absolutely livid. Fluffy saying used to love chocolate animals. It's pretty much the same thing, but just snowmen. Thank you to Ross for £5 super chat. Chaz Charlie in, Lopetegui out. Geo and Charlie back together. A better reunion than Oasis.
We book a stadium tour.
I might put that on my CV. Actually, it's quite a compliment. That
book a stadium tour. And get a bit of surge pricing involved.
Yeah, maybe we could do a pub tour. 2 pubs, one in London, one in Manchester, one-off shows.
I almost went, you know the website I've spoken to you about, the ticket website where you can get cheap tickets, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like when I saw what's the name's leaving my head now. Big Liverpool channel, biggest one. What are they called? They were doing a tour, and I saw their event in London was on there for quite a while. I considered just going for the sake of it, just to see what was going on.
What, the Redman TV?
That's it, Redman TV. Thank you. I couldn't remember their name for the life of me. Yeah, because they did a tour, didn't they, recently? and I saw their event in London. They did it at one of the smaller venues inside the O2, and they're
I debated going to the Anfield Rap did one because Neil's the opposition when we do play
course, yeah,
Liverpool. He's always the Liverpool fan, and he's 10 out of 10 as a guest. I think we've done quite well for quite some time now. I think we've done quite well with the opposition fans. I think we've got a really good group of people that would do them video. But I'm a bit biased, but I think Neil is
as someone who doesn't currently work for Hammers Chat, I agree. I can say that now with no bias. There you go, everyone.
I think Neil's one of the best guests you can get, really. I think he's so well spoken. His knowledge is fantastic and he's very articulate. But he brought out a book not long ago. So when we played them in the Cup, his book was out that week and he was up in Edinburgh and stuff. And I debated it. I thought, will I go? Because I think I'd enjoy it because it's him. I thought, could I really go into a room full of Liverpool fans and just, I thought, I'm not sure about this one. So I didn't go in the end, but I debated it because it was Neil.
Yeah, no, I don't know what any of those shows are like usually because I know what was it? Talk of the Devil, the Man United podcast. They did a tour recently as well and stuff like that. But I've never watched or
we did a one-off
any of those sort of things.
We did a one-off show last year for the
of course.
Bayer Leverkusen Europa League quarterfinal away leg. We did a live show, which was I think was all right considering. I was nervous for it. I'm not going to lie. I was a bit don't know about this, but thought we did okay. Westwood saying, have you talked about appearing overlap? I think you have to get invited on. I don't think you can ask to go on.
I don't know. Give it a swing. Don't ask, don't get. You know.
Would you go on?
I don't. Well, again, I don't think they would ask me specifically. But if they came to me and said yes, I don't know. Probably, maybe if it worked out. I don't know. The thing is, I watch those things a lot, and like, I don't like the format of them. I don't like the format of the fan ones specifically. The overlap as a show, I think, is pretty good, but like, I don't like the fan one specifically. I think, and also, you know, it's like you end up focusing on the big teams. They get like 20 minutes, and then I remember Russ went on there once from West Ham Network, obviously, and it was like 30 seconds at the end. It's like, oh, West Ham. He went, yeah, West Ham. And they went, all right, cool. That's all we got time for. And I was like, bro, went all the way there. What was the point of this? What was the point of it? And I know Nicky did the original ones, didn't he? Nicky, obviously from West Ham TV, did the original ones. I don't know what his opinion was of it, but he never went back. So
I've never been invited. I've been on done for Sky and BT before. We've been invited on TNT this season a couple of times, but it's always short notice, and it's always the 12:30 game on the Saturday. So it's like the message on like the Thursday, and they're like, "Oh, you're around at like 11 a.m. on Saturday morning, please." And I was like, "No, I'm not going to the game," but just to go on the actual build-up show as well. So it's like, "Oh, Joe Cole will be there with Peter Crouch, so you're able to go on the show with them." So it's a bit unfortunate because it would be a nice thing to do. The overlap never been invited on, and I wouldn't go on. And this is going to sound a bit sad, but it's my honest answer. The reason I wouldn't go on is not because any bravado or that. It's just because I wouldn't have confidence in my heaving.
Sure.
They sit quite far apart. Like the presenters sit on one side of the room and then the fans sit on the other side of the room and stuff. And I wouldn't want to be in a situation where I couldn't quite hear what people were saying. And
you say pardon or whatever. Yeah.
I'd be a bit uncomfortable. So the reason I wouldn't go on the overlap is just lack of confidence in hearing what people are saying. So, but also because I need to be able, well, I don't need to, ideally I need to be able to read people's lips as well, and all the fans are sat with their backs to one another facing the presenter, so when another fan was speaking I wouldn't be able to read their lips and stuff, so it would be a situation I'd be uncomfortable in, and I tend to avoid those because why would you do it and then think, well, I hated that, blah blah blah. So
yeah, I think they get good people on. It's the format that just doesn't get me. I think that like lots of the fan people they get on there. Some of them come on this channel and do the opposition previews. For example, looking to call one in HLTCO comes on, like he's on there frequently and stuff like that. I think they're good people. It's just I don't like the format for the lesser teams like us and anyone who isn't one of the top six and Newcastle, basically. Don't really get spoken about that much.
Yeah. Anyway, anything you'd like to add, Bevel?
If you haven't subscribed to Hammers Chat already, make sure to do so. Patreon.com/hamster. No, it's nice to be back.
It's nice to have you.
It's weird being on the other side. I get to just watch everything as a fan now. I don't have to worry about anything. You know, usually when the days come around, you're like doing this, or we're doing a thumbnail, we're doing that, or whatever. It's nice now because I just sort of end my work there, or I'm busy working, and I just click through the sub feed. I'm like, oh, Geo's uploaded. Let's have a little watch of that. It's like, you know, it's nice. It's weird, but it's nice.
Yeah, it's good having you back. I'm not gonna lie, I do miss you, but Charlie won't say this, but I will. While I've been away for the last couple of weeks, Charlie helped Gonzo out, so thank you very much. It was nice of you to help out and make Gonzo's life a little bit easier whilst I was living it up.
Living it up, not eating advent calendar chocolates. Come on now.
Yeah, it's been, like I said, I've lost a little bit of weight, not much. I lost a little bit of weight, so you know, winner. And Fluffy, cheeky bugger, I seen your comment. For someone who doesn't like Christmas, I'm doing a good job of not showing it like jumper. I'm not gonna lie, I only wear this jumper to promote it. It's just
Geo likes Christmas more than he lets. Geo, for the first like 8 years I knew Geo, was very against Christmas. I was speaking to my partner yesterday about this.
Oh, no.
Last 2 years, Geo's opinion on Christmas changing a little bit. That's all I'll say. I'm not saying he's for it. I'm just saying he shows a lot less antagonistic. He's a lot less antagonistic towards it than he was previously.
Yeah.
Give it 2 years, bro will be out here, Santa hat, beard, whole nine works. I'm calling it now. You know, when Grace is old enough to enjoy that, I'm calling it now. It's happening.
Not much. There's a couple of other ones. This design sold out. The I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles Christmas tree ones. I think there's 2 size smalls or something. I can live with that. The box is half. I can get rid of the box though. Right, there's that little left in the box. I can put them in a drawer. So it's mission accomplished in regards to that. And lastly, Alan's saying, "Why are you called Bevo?" I'm surprised you don't know this, Alan. How have you missed this?
I don't know where it is.
He's lost it.
Geo,
he's lost it.
It's not lost, Geo. It's temporarily misplaced. I don't know where it is currently this second.
Buy a gift and look what happens. I've got a gift for you here, actually. Your leaving present's still here.
Yeah, and I flipping one at your wedding. I flipping left.
Do you want me to show you if I can find it? Do you want me to show you your leaving present? It's not quite ready yet, but you can see what it is if you want, or do you want to wait?
It's up to you. I don't mind waiting. We can do a follow-up episode.
Okay, we'll wait then.
I don't mind waiting. I don't want to ruin anything if it's not perfectly ready or whatever. Geo got me a shirt, right? So there are players, right, that I get obsessed. We've both, you know, everyone has a player that they love, despite them maybe not being the best. We all have that. Me and Geo have had many conversations about this, and one of mine, for whatever reason, absolute baller, Morgan Amalfitano, legend of the game, uncontrolled prem baller, not having any of it, prime Barclays man. What a guy, right? And then one day, Geo obviously looks through all of the listings for like signed shirts and all that kind of stuff for giveaways on the patreon.com/Charlie, link in the description below. And he saw a Morgan Amalfitano one that was signed, which he bought for me as a present. And on it was signed to Bevo, and then the Morgan Amalfitano signature. I think it was happy 21st birthday and then the Morgan Amalfitano signature. And because it said Bevo, when Gio said it to me, I said, sweet, I'm Bevo from that one, as a joke. A year and a half later, maybe, or something.
Basically, it was quite cheap. The shirt was quite cheap, and I thought it was just because it's Amalfitano that the reason it's cheap. No, I didn't. I looked at his signature. I know somebody that is clued up on West Ham autographs, so I sent it to him, and he said, "Yeah, that's legit Amalfitano's signature." So that was good enough for me. So I went ahead and bid for it and won, and it was still cheaper, surprisingly cheap. I was prepared to pay double what I paid for it. And it never really clicked that there might be a reason that's cheaper than I expected. But anyway, it arrived in the post. I opened it up and then I seen it said to Bevo, happy 21st, Amalfitano. So I was like, oh. So I said, I remember saying to you, I've got good news and bad news, Charlie. Good news is I've got your signed shirt from Amalfitano. Bad news is you're now called Bevo. So that's why he's called Bevo, so that I could give him a signed Morgan Amalfitano shirt.
And bearing in mind, this is like probably 18 months to 2 years ago. I can't remember exactly where it was. Probably like 18 months ago, right? And rewind about a month and a bit. I am standing in a wedding venue in Stoke. I've just arrived, right? And I'm waiting for Gio to turn up because Gio was busy. wedding day. Definitely wasn't doing wedding things, but we moved. And I'm like stood in the car park waiting around. I'm texting Gio, just being like, just to let you know I'm here because I needed to help Gio or something. And a car comes round, window winds down, front seat Gio, who just shouts out the window, Bevo. So it's just a fact of life now. It's just the way it is. Gio rings me, I ring Gio. What happens? The answer thing, Bevo. It's just the way it goes now. It's just life. It's just life.
But there's a story. There's a meaning behind it.
Oh, I'm fine with it.
It originated out of an act of love.
Exactly. It's not a bad thing whatsoever. And I have a Morgan Malfitano shirt out of it. So I'm living the high life.
You don't know where it is, but
I know where it is. It's just the precise location. The longitude and latitude, I'm sure, is pretty much the same as where the flat and I'm currently sitting is. But the precise nature where within that is a bit of a mystery right now. But it's like Christmas. There's stuff everywhere.
I can't say anything. I couldn't tell you where everything is in this room at the minute. So I'll let you off with that one. I'll let you have that one. And where's Danny DeVito? Everybody's been asking. Where's that?
Danny is here. Danny, I know where Danny is. Danny's here. He's folded up right now. Let me go. Close enough. Danny is here. He's not up that much. Again, my girlfriend said to me the other day, she went, "Do you know what I don't miss?" Danny DeVito being out like that. It's like, yeah, that's fair. But he's here. He just isn't on show.
You've been accused of flogging a Malfitano shirt to Lee Tomlin.
Would never, could never. He'd just flog it onto someone else for profit. The savvy businessman.
But I mean, means I can pick up his West Ham shirt, so I don't mind. So Lee Tomlin, if you've got any more, depends on who they are. I may take them, but anyway, we'll leave it there. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've enjoyed the last hour. Thank you. And you guys at home, hopefully you've enjoyed it as well. But thank you for joining us on Christmas Day. Hopefully you've had a lovely day. And there's 3 winners. Congratulations. Signed Tony Gale booked. I signed Joe and Dick's Captain's Armband to Hammer 1999. And Lee won the Hammer's Chat Oddballs hat as well. We'll be back tomorrow with our usual content in and around the Southampton game. And if you want to hear and see more from Charlie, you can do by on YouTube, search Analytics United, search that on YouTube, and then you'll see and hear more from Charlie and his counterparts over at Analytics United discussing West Ham in a smarter way than we Hammer's Chat. Anyway, Bevo, thank you very much. Merry Christmas. And
Merry Christmas, Gio.
I'll see you next year.
Yes, see you in 12 months.
Catch you in a bit.